And Bridget, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bridget Hooper. I'll be your relocation manager for this project. Um, and I want to discuss some items you received in the mail that you need to fill out. But first, I want to let you guys know that you do not need to do anything just yet as far as moving. The actual project is not going to happen when we initially thought it was. So I know you're probably thinking, when am I going to have to start moving? So it's just not yet. I don't know, Brian, if you want to go over kind of like the new dates so that they can get a feel for maybe when, before all the relocation questions start. You're
Yeah,
on mute.
yeah, I
Okay.
can do that. No problem, no problem. So this schedule hasn't changed a lot, but it has changed, and I think that's an important note to make. Is what hasn't changed is that you're not going to your quality of life and your daily routine is not going to change in the near future. Okay, for those of you who joined us last fall, we had a schedule. The timing for each of the phases hasn't changed. We still think it's going to take around 3, maybe 4 weeks to renovate each section of units, and we want to renovate about 8 units at a time. Um, the ability for us to get the funds together to actually start the renovation has been pushed back a little bit. We have attracted an investor to the project for the tax credits. Um, we have some interest from lenders to help fund the project as well. But in terms of starting the actual renovation, we're behind by a few months. It looks like we probably will start the renovation. We'd like to start the renovation, and it's all about money, but we'd like to start the renovation by the end of 2022. So we've made a lot of progress on finding the money, but we still have a ways to go before we actually have the money in hand. So at the moment, I'll just say we're still shooting to start the renovation in 2022. It just won't start as soon as we had told you last fall. So, so
So
I have
you're
a whole.
saying towards the end of the
I have.
year?
I don't want to. I don't want to completely derail the meeting, especially. I don't want to take too much attention away. I don't want to take too much attention away from the relocation part of the meeting, which is probably your biggest concern. So I'm going to come back to this topic on the back half of this meeting and talk you through uh, the schedule we think we have now, the likely timing for a start of renovation, and how long that we think that'll take, and the order of the units that we will work in. But we want to make sure we save as much time as possible for relocation and those concerns. What I want you to understand, what I need you to understand this early in the meeting is you do not have to move at this time. Um, and it'll be many, many, many months before we get into conversations about the actual move. So right now, nothing changes. We just need to get through the relocation planning process. So I'll go back to Bridget and I'll come back to you later with visuals.
Okay, so you guys received in your mailboxes and your doors a survey. And that survey is 3 pages long. Okay, not a lot of information. I just need your name, your address, your phone number, your email. I also need to know all the members that are living in your household. The members that are currently on your lease should go into your list of household members. The actual form will also go over reasonable accommodations. So some of you may say, what's a reasonable accommodation? So a reasonable accommodation can mean a number of things. One example is if you need a wheelchair unit, if you need any special equipment for vision or hearing impaired, Do you need to be on a first floor building or an elevator building? Do you need grab bars? Do you need a living aid? Do you need an additional bedroom? So those are some of the examples for reasonable accommodation. You also will have some lines that you can explain information to me that may be very important to you that you need me to know to assist you with this relocation. At the end of the actual survey, you will just simply sign and mail back to me. You have a prepaid envelope. You will simply put it in the prepaid envelope and place it in the mail, and that information will come back to me. I will get in contact with you sometime this year, okay? I need you guys to know that we will pay for the move. So you will receive boxes, packing supplies. We will also move all of your items. So what we're doing is we are creating what we call swing spaces. And a swing space is simply like a hotel suite that we are going to turn vacant units into that is on the property. We are going to move this process along in phases. We will not tell you which phases you are in at this time because it can change, but you'll be moving in phases. Depending on what phase you're in will determine what time frame of the year or next year you're going to move. Your move should only be for 3 weeks. During that time, you are going to pack enough bags for a 3-week vacation. So you're not going to have access to your furniture. We're going to take your furniture and move it into a storage unit. The hotel suite will be fully furnished. It will have some amenities that you will need. It will have cable. It will have internet. It will have a television. You will need to bring food. We will not be supplying food. So when you pack your house up, you take all of your belongings out of your cabinets. You pack all of your belongings from your refrigerator. Now, what you take from your refrigerator can go with you into your hotel suite. Everything that goes with you into your hotel suite will come back with you into your newly rehabbed unit. And so once I get all of these surveys back, then we can finalize the relocation plan. And then that will help me assist you further if you have any special circumstances or if you need my attention. So this completes my explanation of the survey.
Can I ask a question?
You definitely can ask a question.
Okay, it said on the survey that either relocate within the community of Arbor Oaks or outside. A lot of us didn't understand what outside Arbor Oaks, like we went, okay, are they trying to send us to another housing community? We didn't know, but now through the phone call, we do know, so a lot of us may have not checked. When you say within Arbor Oaks, what do you mean, just the empty apartment?
So everyone is going to move out of their unit, period. No one's going to stay in their unit because we have to fully rehab your unit, and we can't have you in there while we rehab your unit. So what that question pertains to, that question means, if given the option, would you consider relocating permanently outside of Arbor Oaks? So there may be some of you who just don't want to live in Arbor Oaks anymore. And so that's what that question pertains to.
Okay. No, we love Arbor Oaks.
And then the first question, so that's the second question. Are you interested in relocating outside of Arbor Oaks? The first question above that is, are you interested in occupying another unit within the community? So that just means, like, if you live on Mary and you want to move to McLean, or if you live on McLean and you want to move to Dartmouth, it just means that would you consider if it's a possibility, moving to another location permanently in Arbor
Okay.
Oaks. That's what that means.
Okay.
Now,
All right.
that can be an option. It may not be what happens, but that's an option. Our goal is to move everyone back to the exact same unit that we moved them temporarily out of.
Okay. And that's great. So, like you said, you're going to move. We just need to pack up the belongings for the 3 weeks, correct?
You need to pack your entire house up,
Mm-hmm.
and then you need to put in a suitcase your 3 weeks that you'll need to go to the hotel.
Okay. Okay.
That's what you'll need. And we will have movers
Okay.
that will take all of your boxes, all of your belongings, and you will not
Okay.
have access to them. Just
Right.
remember
Not a
that.
problem.
Yep.
Okay.
And so just take what you need for 3 weeks.
Okay.
Hello,
Thank you.
You're welcome.
hello.
Yes, hi.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I've lived in my unit for like 25, 24 years. I've put a whole lot of stuff in my unit. So what do I do with all all this stuff in my unit?
So, do you plan on keeping all of your stuff in your unit? Like, do you still want all of your stuff that's in your unit, or are you looking to make a purge?
I have a lot of mementos. My son passed away. A lot of stuff is in here.
Okay, and so if you want to keep all of your belongings that's in your unit, you'll have to pack all of that stuff up, mark it, so you'll know what's in it when you come back. And then
I do it or what?
I'm sorry?
Do I do this usually? Have the packers to do this?
If you're packing and packing, I'm sorry, I'm not understanding.
No,
I'm
she's
saying,
asking. Bridget,
have someone have
she's-
to pack the stuff up.
I believe she's asking if she has to pack it or will we help her pack?
So there's also a question on the survey that's in relation to moving assistance preference. And the question is, will you need assistance in packing your
I think I
belongings?
took that. I think I took it off on my form.
Okay, so that's not what you're saying?
Yes, there's 11 extra questions. I've been to 20-something. I have a whole lot of stuff in here. I need to start packing up now. I need to do throwaway stuff. I mean, I have a lot of stuff here.
Okay, not a problem. So when you send me your survey back, I need you to make notes on your survey to say, I need to start packing now. Please send me boxes as soon as possible.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So like it's a lot of room to write notes to me. And my phone number is
Okay.
also listed on the last page. You can definitely call me for questions.
I'll send it to you.
Okay, that'll be
Can I have
great.
your phone? Can I have your phone number, please? I'll send it to you.
Yep, the phone number was on the 3rd page of the survey.
I'll mail the survey back to you. I'll mail my survey back to you already. I've been mailed it back to you.
Oh, you've already oh, wonderful. So let me give you my phone number. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
It's 410
410
302
302
How did you do that?
2664.
2664. And what's your name, honey?
Bridget.
Okay, Bridget. Okay, IDGT.
Yep, you got it.
Right. 410-302-2664.
Yes.
Because I already mailed it in, but I already mailed it in.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much.
And I will be calling you.
Okay, not a problem. I'll be expecting your call.
So can I get off the phone now?
Yes, you can.
Miss
All right, thank you.
Excuse me.
Thank you.
I have a
Yes.
question.
Okay.
Hello, can I?
Okay, go with the first person. Both of us can chime in at the same time. You can go with, and I can ask my question after yours.
Okay, thank you. My question is, I heard you tell her about the 2 questions on the survey. Do you want to stay at Arbor Oaks or did you want to relocate somewhere else? What other options are there to relocate?
Well, I can't give you those options now. It's just a question that I would like to know in case it comes up, because everyone has a right to return to Arbor Oaks. However, your household composition may stop you from returning. And what I mean by that is how many people are in your household. So we know that Arbor Oaks only goes up to 2 bedrooms. So you may need a 3-bedroom. And if that's the case, we're going to discuss some options for you to move outside of Arbor Oaks if you want a 3-bedroom home.
Gotcha. And I missed the first part of the meeting when y'all were talking, I guess, about the time frame. And you was like, it's going until next year, so nobody knows when they're gonna be I guess when their unit is gonna be renovated.
So no, not just yet. We do have to submit the application. But once we submit the application, we'll know much more information. And what we said in the beginning was that it's going to be towards the end of this year. So we don't want you to do anything now except send the survey back to me. As it gets closer, you will receive more information.
I thought it was supposed to be like in the summer, like in the spring, summertime.
Yep.
Hello?
Yeah, so that's what this meeting is about. This meeting is about, it's not going to happen when we thought. It's pushed back just a little bit. It's still going to be this year, but it's not going to be in March or May, what we were kind of hoping that we would be able to submit the application.
Okay. And who would I talk to about relocating just in general? Because I have a 2-bedroom, but it's 3 of us now.
Okay, so did you take my phone number down? You can definitely give me a call and we can I can discuss some options with you.
Okay. What's your phone number?
It's 410
Mm-hmm.
302 2664.
266. And what's your name?
Bridget.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for your questions.
Miss
Yes.
I was just waiting for the noise to stop. My question, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Miss Bridget?
Yes, I can hear you. I think we put you on mute by mistake. You can take yourself off of mute and you can go ahead and ask your question.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, it kept putting me on mute. My question is, would it be an option, like you Arbor Oaks, 1 bedroom, 2 bedrooms? If you needed to do a 2-bedroom, would it affect the rent that I'm already been paying, and I've been here over 6 years?
Okay, so that's a tricky question. That's a tricky question because it depends on a lot of things. So I need you to give me a call so we can talk about this offline, because it's really going to depend on your situation in itself.
Yes, ma'am. I understand. I had got your number. I heard you give it out. I just wanted to put that out there, but I will call you personally.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Does anybody else have any questions about relocation?
I do.
Okay.
Good evening. So I understand that the relocation will be to a hotel suite. Do we know if the location will be close in the area? Or is it too early to determine that?
It's kind of too early to determine that, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to have the suites located throughout the property so that you are at least staying in the same vicinity of where your current home is.
Okay.
So we don't necessarily want to move someone from Dartmouth temporarily 3 weeks to McLean and vice versa. But if we had to, you'll know well in advance, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to have enough on all of the different streets so that you can still stay in your community while we rehab your home.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for your question. Is there anyone else with a question?
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Linda. I've been saying hello. They kept muting me. How you doing?
I'm doing great in yourself.
At the beginning, tell you how to fucking meet yourself. That's why I hung up trying to hear that shit again.
Okay,
Linda, are you talking? I don't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
As far as relocating, when is that going to happen? Or are we going to be able to move back in the place that we was already in?
So, yep, the goal is to move everyone back into their same place that they were already in, depending on the circumstances, but that's our goal. And then we don't have a specific time just yet on when relocation will happen, but we're shooting for towards the end of the year is what we're shooting for to start. Now, relocation, the entire relocation will be done in phases, and the phases will take, the entire phase will be done within about 15 weeks, right, Brian? Is about the phases is like 15 weeks?
Well, it might be more than that, but the whole project is about 18 months, the whole renovation
Okay.
altogether.
I'm sorry, did I say 15 weeks? I meant to say 15 months. Right, Brian, 18 months. So, Linda, once we get that information, we're definitely going to have a meeting about that, because you very well may be at the end of the 18 months, and then you won't be moving until the end of 23 or the beginning of 24. So we will definitely, as soon as we get that schedule out, we will definitely have a meeting and go over that information.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bridget, there was one question in the chat.
Ms. Bridget.
Hello, Ms. Hooper. Do you have an idea of when the interview process will take place for the tenants?
Yes. Once I start getting back applications, well, surveys, I'm sorry, not applications. Once I start getting back surveys, I'm going to call each person to go over their household with them. I've already talked to many people on the property. And so I have already started doing the interview process and jotting down notes. So as soon as I receive your survey, you will get a phone call.
Okay, how long is that going to take? I've been sending my survey and I haven't gotten a call yet.
Okay, honestly, I've only received one survey back so far, but I have received about 10 phone calls from residents throughout the property. So if you want, you can also give me a call sometime next week, and we can go over your information as well.
Okay, what's your number?
It's 410
Yes, ma'am.
302
Yes, ma'am.
2664.
Okay, that's 410-302-2664.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hello, Ms. Hooper.
Yes. Hi.
Hi, Ms. Hooper. This is Ms. Johnson.
Hi, Ms. Johnson.
You know what? I've been talking. I was like, oh my goodness, they need to call names. Can't hear me. I done said this 10 times. Then my neighbor say, push the *6. So my two questions for you were, I heard you saying if you wanted to move, you know, you would have that choice if we fill it out in your voucher that we have to send back. But would you still have the alternative for a 1-bedroom?
So I think I lost your question.
Okay, I'm in a 1-bedroom now.
Okay.
And the transition, if I chose that I wanted to leave, you know, choose to move permanently to another dwelling somewhere else, would I still be able to move to a 1-bedroom and not an efficiency?
Yes. So It just depends on it depends on availability, right? And it
Oh, no,
depends
I'm coming
on
back. I'm
um
coming back.
yeah,
I'm
it
coming
depends
back.
it depends on your household composition. Yep.
Right, because I know I'm in a one bedroom and I'm gonna keep my one bedroom because I know the last time I helped someone down on Pratt Street and they pulled their petition and they said we're no longer offering one bedroom. And I was saying because I'm in a one bedroom, if I did want to relocate, we would have to have to clear the tax.
Oh, okay.
And you said that's
Bridget,
the
Just a
refrigerator
second,
food.
ma'am. I'm Miss Johnson. What did you say?
You said just the refrigerator food. All the canned goods they're gonna pack and we have to label it.
Well, you're labeling everything for yourself, so you can remember what's where when you unpack it when you come back.
Right. I'm gonna buy some bubble packs. Oh, y'all will give us bubble wrap?
Yep, we will definitely give you bubble wrap, boxes, tape.
There was another question I forgot right now. It might come back when they start speaking.
Miss Bridget, Shanice has a question.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you finished, Miss Johnson?
Yes, Ms. Hooper, for right
Okay,
now.
if you think of your question, you can definitely text me. I do really well with texts.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
hello.
Yes.
Okay, I'll ask you a question. If you move out Arbor Oaks apartments, are y'all giving out houses?
So when you say are we giving out houses, you mean like there are houses that you mean for purchase?
Yeah, I mean, no, not person, like Section 8 or whatever.
Oh, like vouchers. Are we giving out Section 8 vouchers? So no, not at this
Yeah.
time. Vouchers will not be offered.
Mhm. So all y'all are giving us another apartment and not houses. This is just apartments.
Correct. These are going to be it's going to be your same buildings. It's just going to be a totally new inside.
So that's because the building that I'm in, you're gonna renovate my apartment. I move across the hall upstairs.
Yes, you're going to move back into your apartment as long as you're able to move back into your apartment based on your survey.
Okay, so my survey, I need I would like a laundry room. I like to wash laundry in my room. I'm in my apartment. Washing drum, the laundry room, the wash you know, talking about the laundry, washing your clothes.
Right. I definitely understand what you're saying. You're talking about a wash machine and dryer.
Yeah, because I'm 72 years old and I can't go down the steps.
Okay, so how the plans are now is that a wash machine and dryer is provided in all of the reasonable accommodated units, and these are like the wheelchair units. And then there will be laundry rooms.
You know, runs over here and everybody get into it and go down and do what they, I want a problem where I can have my laundry room and stuff in my apartment.
You said you have it in there now?
No, I don't have one here. I would like to have one. But
Oh,
the
you
new
would
one
like
that I
to
have
have one?
laundry and dry in my apartment, yes, I would, yeah. Because right now I can't. I'm 72 years old. If I'm down the steps, I can't do it. I'm down the steps.
Let me ask you a question. Are you on the second floor?
On the first floor.
You're on the first floor. Are you in a reasonable accommodated unit?
Well, right now I'm fine right now, but I'm getting up in age.
Okay.
And I've been like 24, like 25 years.
Okay, so what you would need to do is write that on your survey, and you and I can talk about that offline.
Okay, but I have your number, but I had to find out to do that. Okay, that'll work.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bridget. I will call you.
Okay.
Oh, Ms. Hooper.
Yeah, I'm here.
The other questions we had,
the question for the longest time.
Mr. Green, if it's pertaining to the dwellings and fixtures that's going to be coming up, or we ask you.
Okay, so just a second.
I want to see somebody.
Okay, so 443-801, you were speaking first. Can you finish your question?
Yes. What I was asking is, like, the laundry room we have, okay? What's this note on the door? I'm management. That front office, the front office management, they do the best they can. You know, I understand. They don't own this property, they just work for it. But the assistants before with Edgewood Management have this. I'm just going to draw an example. I have a screen in the upper hallway. It's been missing for 2 years. I've been complaining. The little kids, they grew up now, throwing the basketball and the screen went out. But when we didn't have a porter one time we had a porter, then we didn't have none. But I've been raised, I always clean. You don't walk over trash. So when I'm sweeping, the dust just circulating, nothing in the hallway. So then they say, oh, it's no screen. We don't have none. Edgewood Management left. Now Town and Management got it. Now Ned's coming in where it's saying it's putting it on to this renovation. Did these renovation contractors tell our maintenance people that they shouldn't do no fixtures because they're going to be renovating? Because a screen, I don't think that's a big fixture. And I'm saying that because it's things you can complain about. And sometimes they get to it, they say it was backed up from Edgewood Management. They left a lot. I said, I understand that. But the screen, like now, we got a letter that came, it was dated February the 24th, the HUD Housing Development coming through, do their rec inspection. Oh, yeah, now we got to check our CO detector. Damn, we got to get this done. Now we got to get this done. But when we need things done, like that little screen, I'm just doing an example. They put it off and said, oh, that screen, the housing people, whoever doing this development, say, don't fix nothing because we renovating. But that's still unhealthy. In the laundry room, okay, I understand they say they renovating. I'm on that lady, I'm riding her coattail. I'm getting up into age. Father Time will creep up on you. No, I don't need to be in the senior citizens right now. But I'm saying far as sanitary. That laundry in the 823 Dartmouth, it has been like that for 4 years. The extended part in it was supposed to be for our storage, or people who had kids, they could put their bikes and things in there. It always was flooding. So whatever that problem is on that part, why they didn't just seal it down? They didn't shut the whole laundry room down. The washers and dryers work. They need to fix that, clean that part up. Because already, when I go up those steps coming from 823, that's 17 steps I have to go up. Then go up the hill here and go to that laundry room, or either go all the way over on the other side after I go up the 17 steps, throw my 2 bags of laundry, then go down those steps. And then people steal your clothes. It's like they say.
Okay, I definitely understand. I want to pause you right now because what I want you to do for me, okay? Because we are the relocation team, but what I can do for you is if you can give me a call or text, or you can even email me. My email is on a survey, and I will send your email to the manager who deals with the management company at Arbor Oaks. Okay.
No, it's not Arbor Oaks. It's not Arbor Oaks. The ones who supposed to be fixing up, Brian Green.
Brian Grennan is on this call, so I definitely understand. So what I'm saying is,
Alicia Beliside, she's the contractor. But what I'm saying is unhealthy. I mean, it's only 2 machines and 2 dryers. The other ones are far away. I feel for that lady when she said she needed it in her apartment, but I can easily. The management do send letters out and say be cautious of how your time on your washer and dryer because other people. I will carry a bag down there and take the clothes out, put them in the bag, set them up on top. You know, I don't be bought, but you know, I ain't put it in the dryer no more because I don't know how people like their clothes dry. But I'm saying it's the back part of that laundry room that's, I don't know what's going on back there, the water and stuff. So it seemed like they would at least gave us our washing room so we could wash and dry our clothes. That's like I say, that's 17 steps you gotta go up. Karen, you're dragging your laundry bags, then you either gotta go up on the Linton or all the way over on the other side, wherever it's at. And then people steal. See, where I'm at now, I'm over here by 823. I could just go out even before my clothes stop. I'll go there and just check and make sure ain't nobody in there digging around in my dryer. So I thought somebody else was going to come on the line tonight that is doing the kind like
We lost.
Alicia,
We may have lost.
rehab, and would say whatever possibly we could be part of the laundry room. Like these two apartments underneath the building I'm in, they were empty and they got renovated during the time that y'all supposed to have been rehabbing, and they didn't relocate me, which I was over top of one and my neighbor across the hall. No, they moved people in them. I understand they gotta have money, they want people in it, but you telling us that, yeah, we're gonna renovate it and then we're gonna put y'all in it. But look, they renovated these two and they didn't put us in it. They moved people in it. I just say really don't forget about us. Don't say something and don't do it.
Okay, can you pause for a minute, please? Thank you. I do appreciate your concerns. And I can help you, but I need you to either call me or send me an email, and I will get the message across. Brian did hear your concerns as well. However, the renovation did not occur from Alicia's team. We haven't started yet.
Right,
So,
in that laundry room, Ms. Hooper, they say you build from the foundation up. That's what next to godliness is cleanliness. We are up to age, some of us in that laundry room is not the front part, it's the back part, whatever they got going on back there. And we don't have nothing. We know it's just dirty. Then I don't have income all the time. I pay somebody to take me to a big laundromat. Because I've been plunging some. I try, if I get 5 or 6 items, I just plunge it. That's old school. I ain't got no scrubbing board, but I take that plunger and I plunge a few items so they don't pile up.
okay. Okay, definitely understand. We're definitely running out of time. Brian wants to talk about your concern really quickly. Just give him a moment. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah. So we've heard this before. We understand the laundry rooms are going to receive a major renovation because of the flooding issues that you've described. I also just want to ask everybody on the phone, we should have said this up front. We do have the property management team in the meeting tonight. So Andrea is with us and maybe even other folks from the property management side. That's town. Just ask the issues that we're having in the here and now with the property. They're very important issues, but if we could have you contact directly the property manager so that we can save tonight's meeting for location and the project, that would be best. Andrea's on the line, so Andrea's phone number to reach her after the meeting tomorrow would be 410-332-8400. That's 410-332-8400. If you have access to the chat box, her number is in there. If you use email, you can also reach Andrea at thefrenchcompanies.com. That's ANDRIA at the French Companies. So it's one word, the French, FRENCH companies.com.
Who is Andrea for?
So Andrea is a regional property manager. She's with Towner Management.
Oh, I have her number.
So just the problems that you're describing, the here and now problems, those are best directed to the property management team. I mean, so Bridget is focused on the relocation planning process, which is going to take some time. I'm only focused on the finding the money and the renovation, which hopefully will start at the end of this calendar year. So we're going to jump into that in a little while.
So you said Andrea is responsible for the laundry room that we got this flood. She can get that done.
I'm not sure that Andrea can get that done. That's a major challenge. But what I'm saying is we're all aware of the water issues in the basement in the laundry room area. Those issues are, should be addressed to the property management team in the near term. We're just focused tonight on the issue
That's like talking about.
process and the rehab and design.
So you said we wouldn't be able to wash them with for year 2023. Just ridiculous.
So the other thing I want to mention is if you haven't seen the chat box, if you don't have access to it, so units for households that have disabilities will receive a new washer and dryer in their unit as part of the renovation. So any household that's on the phone now with a documented disability, you will have a washer and dryer installed into your unit as part of that renovation.
Oh, so you saying that can happen wherever you have a rent, long as you under disability, you can get a washer and dryer in your house?
No, I think it's only the UFAS units, Brian, right?
Yes.
So remember I talked about the units that were handicap accessible? Those are the units that will have washer and dryers in them only.
Oh, they got a rent.
So
Yes.
So I have a question. So since I'm living in a unit, well, in a building that's handicapped, in my apartment, I was a wash and dryer.
So no, so your actual unit has to be handicap accessible. We have specific units that are
Okay.
handicap accessible.
Okay.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Okay, thank you. Are there any more relocation questions?
I had one, but I had text you because I couldn't get mine out.
Oh, did you want to ask?
I have a question.
I have a question. Oh, can you hear me?
Brian, you're on mute. I believe it's a number ending in 6550. Did you have a question?
Oh, that was me, Miss Johnson. I'm finished. Thank you. I done got educated.
I have a question. 90.
Are you 4244?
No,
that's
I'm
me.
410-409-9088.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay, so the
9088.
question is, yes. Okay, so the hallways. Now, I was told that there are certain the maintenance guys that clean the hallways. Our hallways are filthy. I have a broom. I have cleaning. I have spray cleaning, whatever I need to do to clean the hall, because that's not the way we should be living. The hallways are filthy. They're filthy. Now, what is the problem? Okay, this has nothing to do with renovation. What is the problem? That our hallways are filthy, and I'm using the term filthy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
What is that problem?
So as I stated, we have a manager on our team. Her name is Michelle Cruz, and I can send her complaints. I can send your complaints and all of your issues to Michelle Cruz. That's why I asked if anyone on this call tonight has any concerns or issues or problems they're having that hasn't been resolved, to please give me a call or email me. And my information is on the third page on the survey. And I will send your information to our manager, okay? And she will get in contact with you.
Okay.
Okay.
And one more question.
Yes, this is-
Thank you. Thank you so much. One more question.
Can I just jump in for 1 second?
Oh, sure.
Okay, this is Michelle Cruz, and Bridget is absolutely correct. So the issues that are ongoing right now, we will look into them. So if you give her the information, you can go straight to management. If they don't resolve the problem, you can send the information to Bridget or me. So, and Bridget definitely gets the information to me. So this call is not necessarily the forum for maintenance complaints, but if you have anything, we will definitely have them addressed.
And the issue during COVID, I mean, we had COVID and we had dirty hallways.
Why you can't stop the people?
Okay, so if you just get us the address, we will definitely look into it. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, Miss Bridget. I have a question.
Okay, yep, I'm ready.
I don't think I received the survey. I want to know how can I get it?
Not a problem. Can you give me a call or text me your address and then I can send one directly out to you?
Yes, ma'am. And another question. So you said it happens like the renovations happen at the end of the month. I mean the year, man. Is that around the holidays?
So we're not certain just yet. We just know that we're not submitting an application as early as we thought we were.
Okay.
So we're looking to probably start the renovations towards the end of the year. The renovations will take up to 18 months. And so once we get the schedule, you will definitely know what phase you fall in and what time frame you will have to start.
Okay.
So this is not the last meeting. We will have many more meetings.
And another question, I want to know, can we see like what it's going to look like? Like there's like a demonstration of how the apartment's going to look like before we move in?
Yes, great question. So when you say what it looks like you want to see a visual of like what a model unit will look like.
Yes, ma'am.
We may be able to get that. I'm not sure.
That's
But
because I want to know how my kitchen going to look like.
right. I would definitely be excited about that as well. Brian, do you know if Alicia can get that or what?
Yeah, let's see if we can get you something. Hopefully you can hear me. We don't have anything tonight, honestly, and I don't think your unit is going to look dramatically different than what it looks now. A lot of the changes will just be energy efficiency, new appliances, cabinets. Not the sexiest of changes, but changes that are meaningful and help. I mean,
But I'm sure, but I'm sure she's trying to figure out like, am I going to have the dark brown cabinets? Am I going to have the oak cabinets? Are my countertops going to be granite? Is it going to be light granite? Is it going to be dark granite? Is it going to be wood? What color are my floors going to be? It's going to be dark wood, light wood. Is it going to be carpet? I get it. Yes, that excites me.
My main question, this is Miss Johnson again. That's a good question she asked because one of them around here did get renovated and they downsized the refrigerator. My refrigerator, I got a big white refrigerator, and my food, that little teeny refrigerator is not as high as the other ones, and they real tiny. I don't want that. I'm willing, if I buy it from y'all, will have to pay wholesale price or something to keep. I keep my refrigerator or give me the same size. Those little teeny refrigerators, they look like they go in the efficiency apartment. Yes. They're very tiny and they black.
Yeah.
Do you have any information on the appliances, Brian?
Yeah, I think, is it time for me to get into all that, or do we have any more relocation?
Oh, the tiny stuff.
All right, so to answer the other person's question, let me see what I can get you in terms of images, just to give you a better sense of what the appliances and the cabinets. I don't have that tonight. Kevin, I'm going to go ahead and share the screen so I can put up some information about design. So let's just pull this up. All right, so let's. Okay. All right, so for those of you who joined a little late, the big update from
Hello, can I ask a question?
Yeah, I just want to get through the schedule and design real quick before we jump into any questions, any further questions, unless it's about relocation. Is it relocation related?
No.
All right, just bear with me, sir. Let me just get through this part. Give me
Sure.
5 or so minutes, and then we'll jump into everything else. So our schedule for starting renovation has changed a little bit. We still plan on starting renovation in 2022. We are in the process of hiring a general contractor right now. The general contractor is the team that actually will do the renovation work. And we should have a selection ready and in hand by the end of April. On the parallel track, we are submitting our applications for financing and funding right now. We have interest from investors. We also have interest from lenders, and we need to put all those different sources of funds together in order to have the money we need to pay the general contractor to do the work. So the big difference from last fall when we last met with you is we now think we'll be starting renovation probably around September or October of 2022. That is the big change. That is one of the big things we wanted to update you on tonight. We also have a little bit more information tonight about the phasing of the project. So Bridget may have mentioned earlier, we're trying to renovate about 8 units at a time. And the renovations will take about 3 to 4 weeks at the most for each unit. And as Bridget mentioned earlier, the goal is for you, no matter where you live on site, to hopefully only have to temporarily relocate one time within the same development of Arbor Oaks that you now live in. We're trying to avoid situations where you have to move out of your unit while the renovation is being done to someplace in one of the other 2 communities of Arbor Oaks. So as you all know, there's 3 different communities within Arbor Oaks. The bottom line is we want to keep you in the Arbor Oaks community you're in now while the renovation of your unit is happening. So for those of you who can see the screen, there are many phases of this project because there's 200 plus units at the site. And again, we want to renovate no more than 8 units at a time. So the first site, for those of you who can see the screen, is the Dartmouth area of Arbor Oaks. So what I'll do is I'll have this printed out just like I did last fall. I'll print this out in hard copy. I'll drop off copies to the property management office, and we'll make sure you get copies of this after tonight because many of you can't see what I'm showing on the screen. So for tonight, Dartmouth is the first planned site for renovation. And then when we get done with the Dartmouth community, we're going to move on to the McLean Boulevard community. We have about 7 different phases of renovation to do at the McLean community. And then we're going to finish with the Mary Avenue community of Arbor Oaks. And at the Mary Avenue community, there is about 7 more phases of renovation, each one taking 3 to 4 weeks at the most. And to give you a sense, somebody asked earlier about if they could see the kind of work that is going to be done on their unit. I will do my best to get you some photos or images to give you a sense of the kinds of improvements. But given that it's only a 3 or 4 week renovation per unit, that'll give you a sense of the level of work that's going to be done inside of each unit. Lots of energy efficient upgrades. Lots of energy efficient upgrades, all new appliances. And now let me jump into the kinds of work that will be done inside of your unit. So just give me a second while I switch over to another screen. Okay, so if you can see the screen, okay, so if you can see the screen, we are going to be all roofs will be replaced, downspouts will be replaced, windows to be replaced, significant drainage improvements will be made. We've heard you loud and clear tonight, as well as last September and October. There are major issues with the laundry room and with basement areas due to just stormwater issues, flooding and so forth. All of that will be improved. If you are a disabled household, you will get all new washer and dryer in your unit, new playground, new garbage enclosures, improved outdoor lighting, I mentioned earlier the renovations to the laundry room and the community room. And I believe Miss Johnson is with us tonight. Our construction manager wanted me to let Miss Johnson know that the path to the street in your community, in your section of Arbor Oaks, Miss Johnson, is we are in design for that path. I know there's a path you've been wanting, and we are looking at that intensely. So we are on it, Miss Johnson.
Right.
Right. Okay.
Can I ask you a question?
I'm sorry. And Ms. Johnson, before I forget, so our construction manager says, in terms of design, we have created the path that you have been talking to our construction manager about. So before I forget, one more important thing, in terms of interior improvements to your unit, everything will be upgraded, kitchens, bathrooms, equipment, and related materials. Somebody had asked earlier about new floors. Yes, new floors. So let me see if I can get you images to accompany the hard copy that I'm going to print out of what I walked through tonight. And that's pretty much it. I don't want to get into too much detail because not everyone can see what I'm looking at. But the key message is you do not have to move right now. The renovation is not going to start this spring. We're still raising the money, and we are still in the process of hiring our general contractor. We hope to have the money in hand by Labor Day of 2022, and we hope to start the renovation in September or October of 2022, and it's an 18-month schedule. Now, it takes about 18 months to complete the renovation, but if you live, for example, in the Dartmouth community, your unit will be renovated. Your unit will be renovated first. If you live in McLean, your units will be renovated after the Dartmouth units are completed. And if you live in Mary, the Mary Avenue community, your units will be on the back end of that 18-month schedule. So if you're in Dartmouth, you're in the first half or the first third of that 18-month schedule. If you're in McLean, you're somewhere in the middle of that 18-month schedule. If you're in Mary, you're somewhere near the back half of that 18-month schedule.
Okay, Kevin, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm Brian, but I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, you Brian. I'm sorry, Brian. Mr. Green. When you was talking about all of the renovation going on and you saying it's different hands trying to get this financed, I heard a story like with this capitalism. Will our rent be increased because the property was starting to fall down, it's outdated, and y'all updating it because it needs to be updated? We didn't wear and tear down the cracks in the wall. Are y'all going to increase our rent because y'all getting all of this money wherever it's coming from? Is it going to fall on us little by increasing our rent, or will our rent stay the same?
That is a great question. I'm hoping Michelle is still with us and Bridget. I think the short answer is no. Your rent may increase a little bit if your income increases, but we cannot just jack up the rent like you would in a market rate unit because we're doing a renovation. So the short answer.
This is Michelle Cruz.
Michelle,
I'm still on the line. Right.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Yes, so the rent calculation will stay the same. It's just as Brian said, if your income has changed, like if it gets close to your annual review time and your income is changed, that's when your rent may increase. But the calculation basically is the same, where it looks at your income, assets, and deductions, the way they look at it now.
So, Ms. Cruz, did we go over to this red, or are we still with public housing?
It will be a different program, but it's still a federal program. So these will be project-based units, but so you'll still have your annual income review.
Right, our recertification, we do everything the same way?
Yes, but the process might be a little different because it'll be done in a different office, but the site will also have to do the tax credit certification.
Right, we still go to our rental office to do it, right?
Correct.
Oh, okay. But it's no longer public housing. It's called RAD now, the RAD?
It will be under the Rental Assistance Demonstration Program, which is RAD, yes.
So that changed.
Some will, so there will, There will be changes in the form of subsidy. The tricky part here is Arbor Oaks is a little tricky because 150 of the units at Arbor Oaks are
It's a multi-dwelling.
tax
Right.
credit units. They get their subsidy from a different source, and then 62 of the units are, for lack of a better word, public housing units. And to the woman's point, those 62 public housing units will change to a new form of subsidy to keep them affordable, to maintain their affordability over time. That is what the woman described as RAD, rental assistance demonstration. So not every unit will convert to RAD, only 62 of them, the 62 quote unquote public housing units. But the bottom line is, the important thing for you all to understand is, and it was a great question and a very valid concern, the renovation doesn't mean your unit is going to become a market rate rent unit. It doesn't mean with the renovation that suddenly you have to pay market rate rent for the community you live in. That's what's important. That's the important thing for you to understand and for you to relieve any anxieties you might have about the change that is coming. You will still live in a unit that is not market rate rent.
Okay.
Or maybe a better way to put it is, you will still continue to live in a unit after the renovation is complete that will not be charging you market rate rent. I hope that makes more sense.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
So, Brian, the person whose phone ender ends in 6010, if you'd like to unmute yourself and ask your question now. And depending on your phone, it's *6 or *69.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What about like a microwave and a coffee pot? Pack those up or take them with us? Will towels be provided, or we need to take towels?
So that's a great question. So yes, take your coffee maker with you. I wouldn't want you to miss your coffee every morning.
Correct. Yes, I do.
I believe that towels will be provided.
What about soap?
I believe all of that is going to be provided as if you're in a hotel.
Okay.
But I will get more information, and if that changes, I'll let you know. But for now, yes, towels and your soap.
Okay. So I can take my Mr. Coffee with me?
Please do.
In the pan that I boil water with?
Pots and pans will be provided, but if you have a special pan that you like to use,
okay,
then yes.
All right.
So you're probably talking about a tea kettle. You have a tea kettle?
No, it's a glass pan that has a little spout that you could pour in, into cups.
Oh, okay. Yes, definitely bring that.
Okay. All right. If I haven't, and microwave pack up for storage.
Brian, was the microwave on that list? I think we are supplying the microwave, so don't bring your microwave. We are supplying the microwave.
Okay.
To the hospitality.
Toilet paper will be provided? Yeah. Toilet paper provided?
I'm going to say yes right now.
Okay. If I have another question, I might be able to call you. Is that okay?
Yep, that would be perfect.
All right. There's a lot of information that you put out this evening, and I think everybody is aware of that. So thank you for your time.
These are all great questions.
Thank you.
These are all great questions. Please don't be shy. We don't always know the answers to them, but we'll get back to you as soon as we can.
Sure. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Hey, Brian, please tell Alicia again. Ms. Johnson said thank you for walking in my shoes.
Is that Miss Johnson?
Yes.
Okay.
I was just saying to tell Alicia again, thank her for walking in my shoes. She walked all the way around and down in that crevice. She walked with me, and she said she could find a way, and she did. Just I say thank you again.
I will. I believe she did. That does not surprise me. She specifically said in her text message, "Tell Ms. Johnson XYZ." So she was thinking of you. Before I forget, for those of you who live in a disabled, excuse me, for those of you who live in a unit that has accessibility enhancements. So if you have a family member that has a disability or so forth, our construction manager, Miss Alicia, Miss Biasotti, who Miss Johnson was just talking about, wanted me to remind you that the most design upgrades that you're going to see in your units are units that require full accessibility because of a family member with a disability. So somebody had asked earlier if they could see and get a better sense of the changes that are going to come to their unit. I'll do my best to get you some examples in the hard copy. But if you have a disability or a family member has a disability and you live in such a unit, those are the kinds of units where you're going to see the most enhancements and upgrades, the most visible change in. All right. So I think maybe the best way, because we're not in person, maybe the best way to wrap up the meeting and not create too much confusion is for me to just get those hard copies out so that you can read the information as many times as you need to and go through it when you have quiet time and you have plenty of time to flip back and forth through the images. We'll get that out to you as soon as we can. And we're good for it because we did it last fall. We made sure we got those hard copies out to you within a week of our last meeting. So give me about 10 days or so to just get assemble the best visual information that I can. 10 business days, so about 2 weeks. And as soon as it's ready, I will bring everything over to the property management office, which I believe is at 811 Dartmouth. And we will find a good way to get those out to you door to door. All right?
Okay, thank you.
Real quick, there was a request in the chat for Bridget to provide her contact information in the chat.
Okay. Just trying to get to the chat.
You don't have a number?
Bridget, if you want to read it out, I can type it in while you're talking.
I just put it in the chat. It's 410-302-2664. Again, that's 410-302-2664.
And my information, for those of you who don't have access to the chat box, my number is 410-545-6226. That's 410-545-6226. If you prefer to send me an email, I should mention that phone number doesn't have access to texting. So if you want to write me something, it's better to send me an email. You can email me at Brian with a B and an I, .Greenan, Green, N as in Nancy, A as in Arthur, N as in Nancy, at habc.org. So takeaways, you do not have to move at this time. We're raising the money as we speak. We need to have the money in hand to hire our contractor. We're also in the process of selecting our contractor. We hope to start the renovations September or October of 2022. There will be some minor inconvenience. We'll have to have you move out of your unit while we're doing the renovations. But we want to try and keep you in another unit within the same community you already live in. And we believe that the renovations will take 3 to 4 weeks at most. And the renovations are pretty basic. Unless you live in a handicapped unit or a handicap accessible unit, by which you'll see the most kinds of upgrades, but all of the renovations are going to include roof replacements, window replacements, floor replacements, kitchen upgrades, cabinets, bathroom upgrades, and things like that. So
Mr.
you'll
Green.
notice a difference for sure.
Mr. Green, but I did speak. I think I don't know if it was Miss Cooper or Miss Curtis. I have grab bars in my bathroom, and I fell a couple times. That's why I have grab bars. And she said she think it was feasible for me to keep carpet in my apartment, because I don't want to fall and break my hip on them hardwood floors. This Miss Johnson.
Ms. Johnson, are you in an accessible unit?
No.
Okay.
But I do have a disability. That's why I have grab bars in my bathroom. And
Sure.
I asked at the last meeting if I could still get carpet put back in my apartment because I fall sometimes.
Yeah, this is
And I
Michelle
don't want to
Cruz.
break my hip. And one of them, I don't know if it was Miss Hooper or Miss Curtis, said it was feasible. I just didn't want y'all to forget me.
Yeah, this is Michelle Cruz. I remember the conversation. It was, you mentioned about you had a reasonable accommodation for carpet. Now, did you put that information on your survey to Bridget?
No, I'm getting ready to mail it in.
Okay, okay, please make sure you put that on your survey.
But I
And
don't have
also,
Miss Curtis, I don't have a ramp in my apartment, but I have papers, showing that I have a disability, and they did put grab bars for me because I had to fill out something for housing to get that. I was
okay.
just asking if they do this reservation, can I get put carpet, that hardwood floor, especially I'm on this end unit. That don't do nothing. I ain't got no insulation up in the ceiling. They took the whole ceiling down in the kitchen. It's been for a couple of years, and there's no insulation because they say, because the crack was as long as the light was in the kitchen. But I happened to take pictures at Walgreens, and when I came home from Walgreens with the pictures, I had a letter in the door saying an inspection was going to happen. So I carried the pictures over there. That's when they got a contractor out. I mean, it was a split, and somebody told me, that light going to fall on your head. But when the man took the whole ceiling down, I said, where the pink stuff? You gonna put the insulation up? He said, I didn't take none down. They didn't tell me to put none up. And he put that fan sheet rock. It wasn't thick like the kind he put down there. So when it rained, you can hear the rain. Eventually, that's gonna come down, all of that mess. But I just want to get some new floors.
Yeah, so this Michelle Cruz again. So please make sure before you turn in your survey that you put that information down, because that is very important information to know.
Okay.
All right.
Please.
All right. The gentleman asked about the gentleman that asked about the microwaves, our construction manager is checking. I didn't see it in our scope of work. I didn't see it in the description of the renovation we're going to do. So Alicia, the construction manager, is checking, and she'll get back to me tomorrow. So we'll include that information when we send out our hard copies. Ms. Johnson, I don't think anybody could forget about you. So I remember this conversation from last fall. Just like Michelle, I do remember this conversation, and I will follow up with Alicia and see what the final word was on that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I think we can.
Good evening.
It's almost 8 o'clock. I think you have the basic takeaways. The important thing is, like Michelle and Bridget said, please fill out your surveys. And that was one of the major goals of tonight's meeting. It was just mostly a friendly reminder to ask you to take the time to thoughtfully prepare responses to your surveys, because that is how Bridget and her team can properly plan for the relocation process and make sure that we're meeting your needs, and most importantly, to make sure that we're minimizing the inconveniences in your life while this is happening. Some of you have children, some of you are taking care of spouses or partners or other family members. Some of you have disabilities. So 3 to 4 weeks away from your unit is a big change. So it's really important that we get your surveys completed so that we can plan out as harmless a renovation period as possible. All right. So look out for the hard copies. Give me about 2 weeks, and we will be back in touch when we have new and fresh information to give you. Okay. And be sure also to reach out to your property management team, Andrea Dulski, for the here and now kind of issues, the issues that are impacting your quality of life today, tomorrow, and next week.
Yeah, because we need a screen in the hallway. Okay, thank you.
All right.
Well, have a good
Good night, everybody.
evening. Good night.
Okay. Okay, good night, everybody. Thanks, Brian.